What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Gimmie Dem Keys. Today, we're in an Acura NSX, the first Gen NSX, probably my favorite Gen NSX. Now, the reason I love this car is because it reminds me of Gran Turismo. That's what actually introduced me to the Acura NSX. And to be in this car right now, I think it's my first time ever driving an NSX. And I know I'm saying NSX a lot, but NSX is a pretty cool word to say. The word NSX actually came from new sports car experimentals. It's, I don't know, it's weird. It's kind of corny, but NSX, new sports car experimental. And that's where they got NSX from. NSX was actually designed to compete with the Ferrari 348. So this is like the Acura Ferrari, if you want to call it that. Another cool thing about the NSX is it actually motivated the designer for McLaren F1 to actually make the McLaren F1, because he actually owned an NSX and he wanted the car to drive and handle just like that. So that's pretty cool. But they wanted more horsepower in the McLaren F1, so they wanted Honda to make a V10 or a V12 version, and they denied it. They didn't want to do it. So they talked to my boys at BMW, and history was made. Sorry, Honda, y'all messed up. Now, I got this car from Victor. I got some turns, hold on. This car's not even really fully warmed up yet. I'm not even accelerating hard, I'm just turning hard because I'm in some turns. But I got this car from Victor at Global Tires. I dropped my exhaust manifold up there to get Cerakoted, because, you know, they powder coat, they work on cars, they change tires, and Cerakoting is part of a powder coating process. Y'all can look it up if you want to. I'm not here to talk about that. But while I was there, I saw the car in the parking lot. I'm like, giving them keys, you know what I'm saying? So here I am now, driving an Acura NSX. Now, I'm not expecting this car to be very fast. It's a 3-liter V6. It comes with 270 horsepower, which back in the early 90s when this car was made was actually pretty good. But it's still going to be a great handling car and still going to be a fun car, because it's just over 3,000 pounds, 310 to be exact. And if you actually go in the front and remove that little tiny spare tire they got, that'll put you just under 3,000 pounds. The original color of this car is silver. Victor actually got it wrapped in matte white, which I think is beautiful, but he says it's not recommended because it's really dirty all the time. It's really hard to keep clean. I almost did that for my M3 too. I was thinking of colors to do, and I thought about a matte white, and I didn't do it, and I'm glad I didn't, because I have enough trouble keeping my car clean. You hear that VTEC? Now, he hasn't done much to this car. He just put these rotiform wheels on it. It's lowered on 10 springs. 10, how do you say it? I think I got it right. And then he kept the exhaust stock. He's just kind of preserving the car at this point. It's like a collector car almost. I mean, you don't see a lot. I love how factory correct this interior still is. He still has a factory stereo in here. And this is how he plays his music. Y'all remember these? Oh my God. All right, well, this car is nice and warmed up now. Now it's time to have fun. Windows are down. Honda NSX. Feels good, man. It definitely has a race car feel to it. And the seats are like really tight. They're like super bolstered. It's thick leather. Feels like a bucket seat, but actually comfortable. can't hear much because it's still stock exhaust, but it does sound pretty cool. Has a nice like mean grunt to it, and you can hear when the VTEC kicks in. I'm gonna convince him to get an exhaust. He needs an exhaust in this car. This is a catback. You get a little bit more sound. I'll put the windows back up. Maybe you can hear maybe you can really hear it instead of wind noise now. Oh. A red line of 8,000. Oh, I can hear the grunt just. This is fun. This car is fun. Like I said, not the fastest thing in the world in a straight line, but not all cars are meant to be straight line fast. Remember when these things came out, they were selling for like $100,000, which I know is ridiculous. It's still ridiculous to this day. But, I mean, I could be wrong. But I think other than a Ferrari, what else compared to this performance-wise for less than $100,000? It's a good question. I'm sure you guys will let me know, because right now off my mind, I can't think of anything, because Porsche 911s, they were still crazy expensive back then too. I don't know. But I guess it's the fact that you're trying to pay $100,000 for a Honda. That's not something everybody would jump up to. So I can understand people not wanting to pay that price. I wouldn't pay the price. But driving it right now, I can see why back in the 90s this car could be worth $100,000. I haven't drove a Ferrari 348 like the car is competing against, but if it feels anything like this, or really close, can't be mad at paying $100,000 for this. And I love how stiff the steering is. Like E92 M3s, you hit the M button and it makes the steering electronically stiffer. And this, you know, being an older car, there's no button for that, but it just automatically does that. The car just feels stiff. It almost feels like you don't have power steering, but that's not a bad thing. You do have power steering, so if you're in a parking lot, you know, it's easy to park, but as you're on the road and you're turning, it feels really stiff, and it's easy to guide exactly where you want to be. But the Acura NSX, man, I gotta say, this is a really fun car. I added a very low camera view in the front. I'm sure you've seen it by now. I did that, you know, in reference of Gran Turismo. Remember Gran Turismo games? They always had a very front view and all you see is the street. I tried to mimic that. I want you guys to play Gran Turismo with me right now like I'm playing Gran Turismo, because I'm having a blast. I gotta find my PS1, man. Play Gran Turismo. All in all, I think it's a really good car. I think it's pretty fun to drive. It's not, like I said, straight line. It's not the fastest thing, but it's, you know, it's fast enough. And I mean, especially if you're just going around turns and stuff like that, you can always boost it. But I just think it needs exhaust sound. That's pretty much it. Put an exhaust on here, make it scream. I think it'd be perfect. The fitment's good. The wheels look good. The height is really good. And it's already like a low car anyways. So it feels crazy being in the car. I feel like I'm going over train tracks. But it feels like my ass is scrubbing the ground right now, because this thing really has a low profile. Now what I wish I could do is drive a McLaren F1. I know everybody wishes they could, but I wish I could drive a McLaren F1 to see if it does actually simulate the NSX, because the designer drove this car and said, yo, I can do these ideas on the NSX. Why are you so mad back there? This is a mid-engine, so the engine's right here. Now, another thing cool about 90s cars, pop-up lights. Why do they always look so cool? I wish they'd bring those back. Imagine bringing back pop-up lights with like projectors. That looks so sick. Somebody do it. Stop playing. We all want that. Well, I'm almost back to the shop now, so I guess I got one more pull of me. Well, I'm back at the shop now, guys. Hopefully. Yeah, I'm driving it.
I thought you were Victor for a second.
Might as well be.
How's it going?
I'm trying to drive all his cars. I'm waiting for his Porsche to be done.
Which one? Twin turbo one?
Yep.
It made almost 600.
Oh, I know. We coming soon. Say what's up to you two. I'm filming right now. They can't see you.
That's fine.
That's Jeff. Drives an Evo, slow as shit.
He's blowing up.
Did you blow it up for real?
Yeah, it's knocking, bro.
Damn.
I'm about to rip the head off of it, see what's going on. Because I drained the oil, no metal.
Weird.
So I think I might have cranked up piston due to pre-detonation. Because I put a lot of timing in that thing. Because I didn't care, I tuned it myself. I was like, if it blows, it blows. So
well,
I put E85 timing in it.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
How was this thing, man?
This thing's amazing. This thing's fun, man. It's not that fast, but it's like really fun.
I mean, it's basically stock for the most part.
Yeah, it's just springs.
Right.
So, all right. There's a GT3. Did you see it? The GT3 I drove last time I was up here. I come up here for the cars, man. This is the secret spot for all the cars I want to drive. I just stalled. Keep it between us and everybody on the internet. How do you park this car? It's like really hard to park. I can't see anything. There's one thing I don't like about it. Since it's so low to the ground, the mirrors like pretty much point upwards. So when you're trying to back into a parking spot, you can't see anything. I think I'm still crooked. Hey, what's up, guys? So remember I was having power outages the other day. Well, I was having power outages as I was uploading this footage to my computer, and turns out my outro actually got corrupted. So this is my outro. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next one. Deuces.